Hello and welcome to All Things Seniors. This is your host Rafiq. On this channel, with over 20 years of caregiving experience, I empower other caregivers. Today, we will talk about when seniors fear losing a sibling or a friend. In my dad's case, about a year ago, we got a news that his younger brother, there are like 5 brothers in all, he has already lost 2 of them. One of his younger brothers now got a news that he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, stage 4. So doctors said that he has little time left, maybe a year, but they also said that there is some hope if you do chemotherapy, there is a chance that he may succeed, like overcome this disease. So the family decided to go with that. My father is away from his younger brother now, so my father is in Canada. His younger brother is not in Canada, so my father is only getting this news secondhand, like what's going on over there. But over a year, with all the chemo, there was some good news. Usually families share, good news, right? Like with others. My father was actually almost hopeful that his younger brother would be okay. But about 3 weeks ago, almost a month now, we got a news that my uncle was in hospital, not doing too well. And I think that's where my father actually realized for the first time that he may lose his brother. Now, what I saw in my father as a change, that he was really worried. I think there was a sense of not being able to help. There was a sense of helplessness in a way that even he couldn't care, like even he couldn't be next to his brother or being away. And I know many a times in past 1 month, in the morning when I would meet with my father, he'll say, I couldn't sleep well at night or not at all, like a lot of sleeplessness. So we could see some signs of his fear or worry or anxiety. And I was thinking that how I could help, like with everything that I have gone with my father over the years, learned about his personality, learned the role of a caregiver. And I thought that there are 3 specific things that I could do which may help. And I think it did. So I thought that I'll create a video here to share with you that how us caregivers can at least try to help them. We won't be able to resolve the situation or situation like these, but we may be able to help them navigate this tough time. So I'll share a few things with you today. So the first thing which I thought I should do is to understand what's going on in my dad's mind, right? Because think about it, like how many of us in our prime years, where we are 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, like we don't think about what will I be doing, what in my last days, or when would be my last days. Like we don't think about that. We always think that we have time. But I think after talking to my dad a couple of times, I felt that, especially my uncle being a younger brother to my dad, and he has already lost another younger brother, I thought that maybe he's now thinking about when is his time coming, right? Or maybe he was feeling guilty that how could I lose my younger brothers ahead of me? Like why I am here, like, the denial. I wanted to pick his brain as to what's going on in his mind, whether it's fear, it's guilt, what's going on. And, I was driving with him one day, we were going somewhere, and then I told him, Dad, you have not spoken about Uncle's health. What's going on in your mind? He said that, I just miss him. It was such a simple word. I just miss him. And sometimes we make it too complex. In my own mind, I was making it too complex as to what must be going on in my dad's mind. But it's very simple. It's a relationship. There is years of stories, them going to school together, them playing together, growing up together, getting married, expanding their respective families. All those experiences must be reflective in my father's mind, right? He must be missing his brother. So that was the first sense. And once I learned as to what's actually going on in my dad's mind, I could now maybe navigate my conversation accordingly, right? Second thing is, once you know what's going on, the feeling that your loved one is having right now, in my dad's case, it was that he was missing his brother. The next day, on the breakfast, I was sitting with him and I said, hey, why don't you tell me a little bit about Uncle's, like, was he funny? Was he mischievous? What was his personality when he was young? You had to see the spark in my dad's eye. Like, nothing has changed. My uncle is still sick. But for the next hour or so, my dad was telling us stories about how uncle would be the most chatty on the meal. Right? Like my father would often say that, they come out of a family of very little means. So my father would say that there was not much food on the table, and, being 5 brothers, knowing that this particular uncle is very chatty, the other 4 would would ask him questions so that he keep on answering, and in the meantime, they will have a bulk share of the food. As simple as that of sharing a story like that, or saying that he was great at soccer. When we'll go out and play on the streets, he would be the one who's most active or run around most, even if he was younger. My father was sharing those stories, and I could see that. I think many a times when we really miss someone, whether have we already lost them or we think we'll lose them soon, spending time with them, number one priority. But if not, like in my father's case, he cannot be with my uncle. The second best thing is being able to reminisce some of those childhood memories, or spend some time with the family around to talk about or watch a movie of that person, or some old pictures, anything to make this connection. So this number two thing, once knowing the feeling, how to address the feeling of I miss my brother, and it helped me connect with my dad as well. And what I have also found is that since then, once my father realized that I am acknowledging his feeling of him missing his brother, he has been talking about my uncle a little bit more. Every couple of days he'll say, hey, you know what, I spoke with him over the phone. Either he's feeling better or not. Like either way, my father will share that news with me. I am, in a way, I feel that he feels I am part of that small circle where he can share his emotions and his thoughts with me. And I think it has really helped me also. It gives me a sense of fulfillment as a caregiver, that I feel I am doing my job as well. But you know what? Let's not be mistaken. It's not easy. It's not easy for him. It's not easy for me. Like in our caregiving relationship, I need to keep an eye on him, that how, as my uncle's health may deteriorate or we may lose him, will affect my dad. Currently, he is having a sense of I miss my brother. Maybe that feeling will change, and I need to keep an eye on him. But at the same time, I need to be very mindful. As caregivers, we work with our loved ones. We always think about them. I need to be mindful of the fact that my relationship with my dad cannot only be seen for next little while with the prism of my uncle is sick. It has to be over and above that. It has to continue to be, hey dad, let's play cards, or hey dad, let's go for a drive. Hey dad, let's go to your favorite restaurant. It has to be over and above so that I keep my sanity. It cannot always be, I have to take care of him. I have to take care of him. It has to also be, he's my dad and I have to enjoy my time as son with my dad as well. So I hope that today, me sharing this with you, helped you. I have one more thought, but before that, if you like what you are seeing, like the channel, subscribe the channel, because when YouTube will see that caregivers are liking it, they will show it to more caregivers. Hopefully, it will help more caregivers around the world as well. And the last tip that I would like to share with you is that keep an eye on the choice of words that your family member, your loved one is doing. If your mom and dad, who is in the process of fear of losing their siblings or friends, if they're using the word, yeah, they're becoming better, or obviously they'll get healthy. This is a time when you cannot stop them and say, no, come over the reality, accept the fact. No, don't be the bad cop, be the person with the ears, listen to them, give them that support, give them that confidence that there is someone who is not correcting them. They're already losing too much. I think what I have found is that the best support that I could offer to my father was to listen to him, especially when the time when he was not feeling too good about it, or was missing his younger brother. I hope you liked it. I hope it helped you. At the end of the day, I always say that healthy caregiver is a better caregiver. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you next week. Thanks.